Hi there, welcome back to Vlogmas. I hope you guys are ready to bake today because in today's video I will be making hand pies, and it's a recipe that I got from a Magnolia sample magazine that I received in the mail. So I thought, why not? Let's give it a try and see how they come out. So the first ingredient that the recipe calls for is 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour, followed by 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt. So before we start mixing everything together, we are going to add 1.5 cups of cold butter, which is the equivalent to 3 sticks. So you do not want them at room temperature, you want them cold. So because of that, we are going to cut them in thin slices, or little pieces, however you want to do it, but so it's easier to mix it in with the flour and the sugar and the salt. So now that we have all those ingredients in the bowl, we are going to mix them and make sure they're well incorporated. And you can start with the mixer and then finish up with your hands just like I did here. So once you've done that, we're going to add 2 eggs, and the recipe calls for them to be lightly beaten, but I didn't read that part for the first egg, so I just did it for the second one. And then again, we're just going to mix the whole thing. And now we want to make sure that the egg is well incorporated to the rest of the mix. And then you can just finish up with your hands. That is just the best way to incorporate all the ingredients. So now as we work the dough with our hands, we are going to slowly incorporate 1 tablespoon of milk at a time. So we add 1 tablespoon and then work the whole dough. So really incorporate that little bit of milk into the dough and then do it again until the mixture begins to come together. So now moving on to the fillings, the recipe comes with 4 different fillings that you can pick from. So I chose the brown sugar one, and the ingredients are as follow: 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup of very finely chopped pecans or walnuts, 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder, and 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. And you want to combine all of that together in a bowl. And then lastly, you are going to add 2 tablespoons of melted butter and 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. The recipe says that it makes 16 pies, but I am pretty sure I did more than 16, probably 20 or maybe a little bit over 20. But it also depends how big you do them or how small. That all depends. And now the fun part begins. We are going to separate the dough into smaller pieces and then form balls out of it. And we want to do that with the entire dough. And also, so your dough doesn't stick to your countertops, just add a sheet of parchment paper onto it, and that would just make your life so much easier. All right, now that we have everything together, let's get some pies done. So before you put them in the oven, the recipe says to brush the pies with milk, but I used a beaten egg instead, and then you can also sprinkle them with some sugar. And then you want to put them in the oven at 375 degrees and bake them for about 20 minutes or until they are lightly brown. Alright, so this recipe is hands down one of the best ones that I've tried lately. So you guys are gonna have to try it for yourself, but this pies came out delicious and they are so good when you eat them warm. Alright, I still have a few pies in the oven, but I have to clean up this kitchen that is a complete mess. So I'm going to try to distract Micaela with a few things while I clean up around her. And I'll just put a few toys in front of her just to keep her entertained. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. It really helps my channel grow, and I appreciate every single subscriber. And also feel free to share my videos and channel to anybody that you may think that will enjoy this type of content. All right, guys, I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.